185. Welcome to the stream, Napula.
Yeah, thanks.
So, Australia, Melbourne. It's been a season opener since 1996. There was few tracks like Bahrain, Brazil before that. What can you tell about this track, as we have people going out to the pits already?
Very easy track, very fast corners, and I like the layout very much.
Yeah, like very much, yeah, and well, everybody knows this track. I think we've all driven it for the past year in all single Formula 1 games. It's the first track we ever drive, so I think it's going to be very tight between everybody. And Gabriel not racing tonight, so actually somebody else has a chance to win the race, which is actually very promising, isn't it?
I think we see good fight today.
Yeah, we'll see. So, if you have to guess the top three, what would it be?
Top three. Ferresta has been very good lately. Of course, there is a Scuba, Sau. There is actually a lot of guys,
Yeah,
but you can
if you have to say
top
three names, say three names.
Scuba, Sau, and Cheva.
Yeah, I was racing tonight with Sau. I know his pace. I will say Sau, Seva, and Pratista. Scuba is going to come in P4. No, actually, I'm changing. I was going to say, is Whisket racing tonight? And yeah, he is. Is he?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to say Sau, Whisket, and Kevin. That's my top three. And we have
very interesting.
And we have Stina Winner starting his lap with a Sauber. And if you can watch the comments, if they're gonna write something, you can answer the comments or say we need to adjust our voice settings. I'm gonna allow all the telemetry and lap data. And Stina Winner and Lean has left the party. We were racing with him in Japan previously, practicing for tomorrow's race, but that's for tomorrow. And it seems like Stina Winner is doing well. At the moment, he's not done any mistakes. But we'll have to see the first sector on 27.5. Ideal first sector here has to be 27.2, 27.1. If you want to challenge for pole position, you have to nail the first sector. But let's see how much fuel he has. He has 4 laps worth of fuel. And he's putting rich mix on the braking and max in acceleration.
Interesting choice.
I have not seen that many drivers use that tactic. And he cut it a little bit the second part of the corner, but as we all know, you can cut it a little bit in qualification and you can cut it completely in the race. Have you used that thing, blitz, corner cut blitz in Australia?
No, actually I know.
I know I have. You know, why are you lying? Okay, but now Stino Winner is coming to the main straight line as Topa does 22.2 and Stino Winner does 23.2, 1 second slower than Topa. He goes P2 at the moment, and we have one comment already. And Sean goes P2, who is the Matt 21.6. That's a very good banker lap. Let's see who is now in the lap. Charles is. Let's see Whisket.
Alex P2, he had a very good lap, but a bit slowing down to the end.
Whisket does 22.4. He goes P3 at the moment. We'll see Ferratista. He's gonna start his lap. He does 23.2, but it's invalid. And Alexi is just starting his lap. Let's see where Kevin is. Kevin is
just started the lap.
Just started the lap, and Sao Paulo goes P3 with 22.3. Well, he said me before if he does 22.4, kill him. Well, he didn't do it, so I won't kill him. I know he.
Kevin is first sector 21. I mean 27.1.
You'll see now charged. He's coming in the final corners. He does 22.8. He goes P9 at the moment. We have a few people on this hill, also sector 2, who's made a mistake. And we have Stina Winner running in lane mix. He's going to the pits. And we have 12 viewers at the moment and 2 comments. And Kevin is improving a lot, but there's a... Okay, he lets him go. I was about to say that there's a slower car ahead of him. But he wants a little bit wide, but you don't lose so much time. You can use completely the track in that corner. And let's go to TV pod. TV pod, a better view. And Kevin does 22.3. He moves to P5. Good lap. Do we have any crucial comments at the moment?
Nothing really, basic stuff.
Okay. And Tuga, he's starting his lap. He did brilliant job in Brazil in Division 3, what I remember, before the crash. He was going to get the podium, but I think something happened to him in the race, I might be wrong. Let's see, Scuba only P10. I'm kind of surprised about that. The championship leader battling it up with the first lap. He will have a lot of pressure to do a successful second lap.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think Tugas revved too much engine and lost that. That's why the time.
Yeah,
but still 27 flat.
Flat. It's very good. That's very good. We'll go on board with him. Well, AFDC Tuga. Well, we have both raced with him in the Austrian league, if you remember. He's a very fast guy. And do you know anything about him? Do you remember what kind of driver he was? Was he aggressive? Was he calm? Or was he? Do you remember?
We was so fast at that time, so.
Yeah, I remember. He wasn't that quick 5-6 months ago.
Yeah, but I think he improved his pace very much.
Yeah. I think he's using no traction. I need to follow how he uses the. Oh, and he goes wide. He lost 3-4 tenths in that corner. What's the name of that sand corner? Is it only turn 10, turn 11, and he goes wide again in the last corner, and he's doing 122.2. A lot of mistakes, and still goes P6. So very good damage limitation from Tuga. Now there's 4 minutes left actually. We're just waiting for everybody to go out of the pits and put a fresh set of tires and just do the first lap.
After starting his lap.
We'll go on board with him. Spurger, they're one of the Finns in this league. We have more Finns than we had in 2001. That's really good to see.
But I have to say, PS Smooth, a little bit surprised, P2 at the moment.
Well, we know he's fast. We know that he has his tracks where he's good, and he was very fast in last year's game. Maybe he's just finding his momentum back and coming back to the fight for the wins and podiums. And as Spurger goes very wide in that corner, that might be an invalidation. If you go wide in that corner and 27.5, he battled in the first sector. But let's see, can he do a damage limitation lap? Can he push so hard that he will improve? Well, he still has time actually. If he goes straight to the pits, he might still have time to take new tires in and then just do it. But I think this is his last lap. What he's going to do?
Yeah, and he had the fuel.
Well, you only need 1.35 here. So if he's lucky enough, if he has enough fuel, he can maybe do another lap. Let's see, this is very important corner. You can, everybody's run wide in that corner. I think that's the most difficult corner in this track. I don't think the first turn is difficult as many people say, but I don't think it's so difficult. And let's see, Spurger after does 1:23, but he will have time for another lap. And what if there's any cars on the track or anybody starting their fast lap?
Sure, and is on end of sector 2.
Oh, we'll follow him. He's improving by almost 5 tenths. So at the moment he's doing 1:22.3, and he does brilliantly that corner. The corner which has no name, just like Voldemort in Harry Potter. It's the corner without a name. And we'll see, he's in a back straight. And he does 1:22 flat, and he goes P4 at the moment. That's a pretty decent lap from Sean. The Dutch Lion. Thank you. Yeah. Is anybody finishing the lap, or is everybody just starting the lap and Sean retires? How about Spurger? Is he still in the lap, or has he retired?
Yeah, still on lap, up by 2 tenths.
Oh, that's very easy at the moment. And be smooth, he comes to the sector 2. We know that this wide left-hander is a bit tricky. You can cut a little bit of watching. It doesn't cut, but he goes wide. That might be an invalidation. And is he gonna lift off? No, he's not. So apparently he got away with it.
Spurger improved his time 5 tenths, but
and now
still
Beastmode coming to the wall. Beastmode coming to the Voldemort corner. He succeeds it brilliantly. Let's see. He's turning to the right for the last red line. Last corners. Opens his DRS. Goes to 7th. And that might be an improvement of 121.9. He doesn't improve his lap and Whiskey retires. Do we have anybody else? Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo is in the first sector. Matt is in his out lap. Topa is in the first sector almost. Where is Tuga? Charged. And charged. He starts his lap. Is anybody finishing the lap at the moment? And Alexi Scuba
started. No, actually there's no.
We'll see. Well, I will watch Sao at the moment, and as Topa retires, he just decided to retire. And
Topa is P2 at the moment.
Yeah, but if that Sao Paulo is coming to the sector 2, he's in his fast lap. He's improving by 25 thousandths of a second. I've got TV pod to see. He's gonna cut it. He goes wide and he loses so much time. That's it. That's his lap over. He won't improve his lap time. And
charged.
We'll see. He's coming to the.
Tuka finishes lap.
Yeah, we'll see. Or is he starting his lap? 22. Is he starting? He's starting his lap. He's starting his lap. Let's see. Charged. He's coming to the sector 2. He nails it perfectly. Yeah, that. Have you had that feeling that when you go to the sector 2, to the left right hander, are your hands starting to shake a little bit? Do you have that feel? No, you don't have it.
Because I'm that slow, so I don't have that kind of feeling.
No, but if you know you're improving by 3-4 tenths, you still will have the pressure. Okay, you don't feel pressure. You're the representative of Kimi Räikkönen. And as he opens his DRS charts, and he does 122 flat. He moves to P5. We'll see. Can anybody answer that? Tekken is in the first sector for Artista. Let's see where Kevin's, and we'll follow for Artista. No, we'll not, because he's in the sector 1. Is it?
Fnatic P4.
Oh no, we have Scuba. Kevin retires. We have Scuba finishing his lap. He just finished the Voldemort corner. He succeeded brilliantly. Now he's coming to the last corner, opening his DRS, like many before him, as we say always, and he won't improve his lap time. Yes, he does. 122.1, but it only moves him to P9. We'll see. Tuga is in the last corners as well. This rookie, this surprising talent, the surprising talent from Portugal, is waving. So he's not improving his lap, and he crashes out and hits the wall. Sao Paulo hits the wall. Do we have Tekken?
So Tekken.
Tekken goes to P8. So Scuba is apparently, according now to P10. Do we have Ferratista? Can you watch the comments, please? There's coming comments. And 21.9 from Ferratista. He goes P4 at the moment, and that's everybody finished the lap.
That's
so
it.
Pole position goes to Matt by the 121.6, which was his banker lap, and Topa takes P2 and Beastmode, the American Brandon. American Dream taking P3. That's the top 3. We didn't get the top 3 right. And what do we have in the comments?
Nothing really. Brandon says terrible. Spurguvahto, I'm shit. I used to be good here. Brandon is very disappointed, and Spurguvahto too, so nothing really.
Yeah. Well, this was a little bit surprising. I didn't think that all the championship fighters would be, well, outside top 10. As we see, Scuba is outside top 10, Kevin is outside top 10. Who do we have? Well, then we have, who were in the championship fight? Whiskey, where is he? He's outside the top 10 as well. So we have all the championship fighters outside the top 10. What does this say about it's very surprising, and the gaps are not that big. Well, if we don't count the first...
6 guys make a 122 point flat.
Yeah, that only shows the level we're in. TUF, it's always been a good division, good league for the drivers to join, and we've always had these close battles, and I like to see that. But apparently, look at like P15, I mean P14 to P14 to P5. The gap is only 4 tenths between the 4th and 16th driver. And Napla, do you want to go to the grid?
Nope.
Okay, I will go through it. Matt P1, Topa, Beastmode, that's the top 3. 4th Ferratista, 5th Fnatic, 6th Sao Paulo, 7th Charles, 8th Olukian, 9th Tekken, 10th Alexi, Scuba 11th, Tuga 12th, Kevin 13th, Whisket 14th, Rossi 15th, Björn 16th, Spugwachter 17th, Miles 18th, and then we have two Dutch guys, Stina Wiener and Hannes taking 19th and 20th places. But last place only 1.8 seconds from pole position. That's not so bad. Smaller gap than in real life. And
Yeah,
now,
a lot of guys are very close together.
oh yeah, it is, and I'm very excited for the race. If it's raining, it would be jackpot, but if it's not raining, it's still brilliant because you're gonna see side-by-side situations. Everybody's so close to each other. It's gonna be brilliant racing, and the tactics, and it looks like sunshine. The sun is shining towards Australia, Melbourne. The sun is throwing the finger and saying you can race cars with these slick tires. It will be very interesting. And Hannes, Fugro, ready to go. They're already in the grid. Everybody else is still waiting. They're still waiting. Some people are impatient, some people are not. This is Formula 1. This is the 14th round of the season. The championship fight is beginning to close. The curtain, the final curtain is about to close. We can't say it yet. It's still 6 races to go. And we have 2 seconds, 1 second. Knappler, if you want to watch the behind. There's 1 light, 2 light, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna follow the leader, Topa, and lights out and away we go. And Topa takes the lead. Be Smooth second, Fnatic third, and it looks a really clean start. Topa overtook Matt, and it looks like Be Smooth. It's lagging a little bit. It's lagging a little bit. I can't say for sure what is the real grid, but it says Topa is P1. Be Smooth is fighting with Fnatic. Fnatic tries to attack. Will he overtake on the outside? No. Do you have the problem that nothing is moving for me? Do you have the same problem?
No, everything is fine.
Okay. Well, it was a pretty clean start. I'm a bit surprised. And now, finally, Matt is back for me. And there's yellows in sector 1. Between which drivers? And the Whisker.
Miles lost the car and
oh, Miles and Kevin.
Stina.
Miles and Kevin are in the wall. That's their race over. I completely missed the start because in my screen there was no Matt. Matt only rejoined after first sector. I had no Matt in the screen. But it looks like it was a pretty clean start. And Topa is leading by 8 tenths to Matt. But there's a little bit of a train behind Matt. And there's yellows in sector 2. Sector 1, he's out. Fnatic is out. Fnatic is out, he hits the wall. That's his race over. And it's apparently that Rossi took some damage from the incident with Fnatic, so he will be pinning after this lap. Be Smooth follows Matt and may try to make the maneuver. It looks like that Topa is running away a little bit. Please inform me if there's any battles going on, and Topa does the fastest lap of 130 point flat. It looks like the top 3 has run away from everybody else. Well, it looks like P1 has run away from everybody else. It's 1.1 to Matt. And
yeah,
I don't know what happened to Matt.
P2 to P10 there is like a train.
And I don't know, did Matt connect himself out, or did it just was it just Game's fault that I didn't see his name? Because he was completely missing in my screen, but good thing we got it back.
Matt was P8 or something like that.
Didn't take pole position?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, I only followed the first 3 positions, I didn't see him. But sector, there's 3 people pitting, Stina, Kevin and Miles, and as we know Kevin has those controller problems. I don't know, does he still have those? It seems like it. And there's a good fight between Björn and Hannes, the 2 Dutch guys. We'll go following P13 and P14. We'll give some TV time to the random nobodies. That's okay, because the Dutch people...
Björn just like push out, Hannes out of the way.
Yeah, doing the Dutch tradition actually. And as he takes his position P13, well, that fight seems to be over. And for a test,
Biscuit looks very fast behind the Spurgo.
Yeah, it looks like the overtake maneuver might be done after this. Oh, and Biscuit loses the car, but I don't think. I know Spurgo is a smart driver. He's going to focus on this race. He's maybe going to let him go, and Rossi retires the car. And he then goes side by side. Oh, and Whisker loses the car a little bit. That was racing, it was nothing. Whisker tried to overtake the maneuver. Spurgo went side by side with him, and then he just lost his car. And Rossi, he's in the wall, he lost it in the middle section. He went too much of the curbs and just lost the car. That's his race over, and he can pack his bags, he can go to the next race. We have Sao Paulo, Charles, Fratista, Be Smooth, all under 1 second from each other. And we actually have Topa, who is slowing down a little bit. I don't know, has he made a mistake or is it just slowing down for the other drivers? You have to see. Matt is a little bit cutting that corner, but as we know, you don't get penalty for doing that in the race. You do it correctly, and Sao Paulo loses the car. Sao Paulo loses the car. Just followed him. He loses the car. He will be furious.
Oh my god.
This was his chance because he's not going to be racing on Wednesday.
Miles lost the car.
Miles lost the car. We have so many retirements in the first 3 laps. Already 4 cars have retired simply to their own driver mistakes.
And Kevin has wet tires.
That's very interesting. Maybe the German Jeff is knowing something we don't. Well, it doesn't look like it's gonna rain, but
I think it was same strategy what Ferrari did in Spain.
Yeah, same strategy group making the calls in the pits. Well, it's a bunch of monkeys actually doing the calls. Apologies, no, I'm not insulting any monkeys by doing this, saying this.
We have a triple threat match. Tekken, Sean and Scuba.
Yeah, I mean, it's only Tekken
and Alex.
Yeah, fatal 4-way. We could add fatal 4-way ladder match, tables, ladders and chairs, maybe TLC between these drivers, like the good old days. We'll see, maybe they will try the famous 4 wide in one corner. That would be a good screenshot of real racing. Even Ayrton Senna would rise up from his grave and just put thumbs up. This is real racing. And now Scuba tries to overtake Sean, and he did it. He overtook Sean, and now ahead of him is his best friend Tekken. And we know how good friends these guys are. Well, I said it in Japan, and Tekken pushed Scuba wide, but is he now gonna let him go? Because we all know that they're friends with each other. Live. And there's nothing happening in the front. The gap is staying the same. Everybody is opening the DRS from each other, and it looks like Topa's straight line speed is quite decent, as Matt can't close to him. So this starts a domino effect that nobody can overtake. Just like real life, actually. Very nice to see that Codemasters game put some realistic things in this game. Not only the flying cars and Kevin retires from the race, maybe the wet call wasn't such a good thing, and Kevin is doing a face palm and just leaving. You can't believe it. And there's like a little bit of line now. We'll have to wait until the pit stops, maybe. At least for the top 4. The one who's gonna start the game is gonna be very, very hard to beat then. He's gonna have the advantage in the pit stop calls. But of course you have to always remember that you have to make a pit stop very late so that you won't be in the traffic, and there's yellows in sector 1 constantly. It might be somebody has retired.
I think it's Kevin's car.
He has retired. And as we know,
yeah,
Charlie
I was looking for a light gap to leader, and there is no point to try to go to beat just yet.
And as we know, Alexi, he just overtook Sean, so Sean is a little bit struggling. As we know, Sean has been very consistent this year. A lot of top 4 positions for him. I believe he's in 6th place in the championship. So now he's a little bit struggling in this track, but never say never. It's not over until it's over. So
Alex make a beautiful move to second last corner.
Yeah, and now we have Tekken, Scuba closing down Tekken. Are we gonna see Japan fight all over again? And Sao Paulo just left the session, and I will close down this. We'll see fuels and data and telemetry. We bought the special watch to see the fuel and what pit our driver's gonna pit. Suggested pit stops. Oh yeah, I forgot I gave Salto and R2 to change positions, and Scuba keeping up with Tekken. Are they on the same tires actually? How can I see that? I'm a little bit dull with this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Tekken has Ultra Softs, Scuba has Super Softs. By the way, at which lap do the Super Softs take the advantage from Ultra Softs?
A couple of laps.
Couple of laps. So
this and next.
This and next lap. Okay. So we'll see that Scuba will be closing down. It's now 1 second, and charge there's again. The four horsemen are running away from everybody else. So
Topa make a little bit like a little mistake. And
yeah, it looks like maybe
was losing car.
Matt can capitalize. He's very close. Will top of defending inside line. He's not. That's a very rookie mistake. But he does Max Verstappen change, which is, well, he only changed line once, but very late. Brilliant defending from Topa. Brilliant defending. And, we have the four horsemen very close to each other. It was like in the Bible when the apocalypse comes, the whole four horsemen will arrive. So this might be the apocalypse. And we'll see Brandon trying the maneuver on Matt in that corner, not enough, and he goes a little bit wide. Maybe Bautista can try the maneuver on Brandon. We shall see. And it looks like the overtaking maneuvers will go to the straight line, to the first and second corners. And Stina Winner does a pit stop. He rejoins back in P14. He takes super softs, and Hamnes is still in the pits, so he took all the softs. We'll see now. Topa, I think Topa's tires are starting to go. It looks like it.
Yeah,
and
car is sliding.
He's spinning. He has to go to soft, so he's going to do a two-stop then. The two-stop is not the right strategy in this track. The one-stop is the best strategy. And now, as we see, Matt took the lead of the Grand Prix. Brandon in second, Bautista in third.
Which gets behind Olukian.
I'm gonna watch what tires he's gonna take. He's taking soft tires, so he's going to the end. And we have Charles spinning, and we have Sean and Whisket side by side, and Whisket overtook Sean. But is Sean gonna be able to retake the position as Kevin left the session? Sean is gonna back out and just focus on his own race now. He got overtaken, but he just has to remember he's racing his own race. Fnatic has left the session. 5 retirements. From the last lap, from the last 8 laps, and yeah, now a little bit. Brandon is struggling a little bit. 8 tenths from Matt. Matt is pulling away a little bit after taking the lead. So Topa's pace was clearly the slowest one from the top 4. But we'll see where he rejoins. I believe that he now has a free track, so he still might rejoin P1 after doing the huge undercut.
And Topa's cap is only 21.6.
Yeah, so he has clean track, so he has free air in the track, so he will be taking lead. But what condition his tires are going to be in the end, that's the completely different question. And we have 2 McLarens. We have Whisket and Alexi fighting with each other. And as you know,
and
Alexi.
All 3 on the front continue.
Yeah, and Alexi. Oh, and we'll see Bautista only 3 tenths. He tries to make the maneuver. No. Which battle we're gonna follow? He opens the DRS. No, he's not gonna be making the maneuver here. I'm gonna see the 2 McLarens fighting, and he's not making the maneuver here. And we'll see 2 McLarens. We know Alexi, he doesn't do team orders. We've seen him doing, as he was reserved to some drivers, he's not obeying team orders, which I like. You're here to race, not let your teammate go. That's the right thing to do. And I like the Italian passion, the blood, the Latin heart. He's fighting, he's not giving up. He's the new guy in here, but he's showing that he has big enough balls to fight with everybody here, even the leaders. I will just check Alexis' fuel. He has 0.80 for the fuel. Whisket has 0.80, but as I said, that Latin heart costed him the position. He went wide, maybe feeling too much pressure. And we have 10 comments. Do we have anything interesting in the comments from our lovely viewers around the world?
Hello to Katti.
Oh, hello to Katti. Very nice that we have our viewers here, former TUF drivers, hopefully driving in the TUF soon. Hopefully you guys get the all stuff sorted out.
Be smooth with it.
Now we're going to see a pit stop battle between Matt and Brandon. I will follow Brandon's view because he's spinning first. The Mercedes German tech, targeting the. I can't even speak. And who was ahead actually? Yeah, Matt jumps him. Matt jumps him clearly.
No, Matt was ahead.
Yeah, he was ahead. Apologies.
Now Topa.
And Topa took the lead, but he has a little bit one tires. And where is going to rejoin? Where is Charles going to rejoin? Ahead of Bismuth. That was a very good tactic from Charles.
And Scuba overtake Tekken.
Yep. my best mates, and Tuga gets 3-second time penalty for exceeding the track limits, multiple warnings. The only driver from the top 4 is Bautista, who's not pitting, so lap 10, maybe one more lap he can go to Super Softs. How would you say about that? Super Softs in lap 11, lap 12, and you have yellows in sector 1, and Sana has retired. The Dutch Hard Lion has retired, he hits the wall. He's lost his car in the corner and his tire is gone. It's 0 points from this weekend.
Happened?
I think he in that corner. He went too much on a curb. He lost his car and then he spun because that's the only reasonable.
I was wondering. Matt and PS Mood was like
Again, spitting.
one car, and now Charles jumped at it.
Yeah, Charles jumped the Brandon in the pit stops because. I will actually check because Charles pitted lap earlier, and yeah, he jumped him. He jumped P Smooth. Charles has made a pit stop in this race. He jumped P Smooth, and we have yellows in sector 3. It's Björn, another Dutch. It's not a good race for Dutch people in Australia, as it's not usually a good track for Dutch people, as we saw Max Verstappen spinning in real life, blaming on the car. So, and Alex is pitting now for softs, I believe, once again. And Scuba is catching Bautista all the time. So now Bautista starting to go, but now I'm starting to believe that Bautista will go on super softs. There's no point going on softs anymore.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
I mean, 12 laps with 11 laps with ultra softs which has been used in qualification, and then 16-17 laps with super softs. It should be easy job to the end. And he's pitting. We'll see where it's going to be going. Yeah, we'll see. He's going to take the 5-second penalty. Oh, I jinxed it! I jinxed it! Oh, I am the god. I jinxed everything. And it's going to be added to his final time. He's going to get. He's going to get extra. If he's not going to serve it, he's going to get plus 5 seconds. So he will be having 10 seconds for the penalties. In the end, you're the one of the stewards, so you should know this.
Yeah, some kind of rule.
Yeah, come on, you're TV. Say yes or no. Is it gonna be added plus 5 or not?
I can't remember every rule.
Okay, we'll speak afterwards about that. And Topa, well, Whiskered has he done a pit stop? Whiskered.
Whiskered now.
Yeah, so Whiskered and Scuba, the two. I'm sorry, one is Arbis, one is British. So we'll see, are these guys gonna fight? I think Scuba's tires are now softs, have the superior advantage over super softs. It's like a wrestling maneuver, chokehold. Whisket has Scuba on chokehold, and now he decides when he will let him go out of the pressure, out of the torture, and he's right behind him. If I would be Scuba, I would not fight with Whisket because you would lose so much time. You need to focus on extending your first stint as long as possible, because there's no point pitting on softs for either of them. So these guys will be going on ultra softs in the end.
PS mode is very close on charter.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Whisket and Scuba now. Apologies for that. Actually, fuck it, I'm gonna go to beast mode because these guys are fighting for the podium. Those guys are gonna maybe come later to the fight. Mercedes and Haas fighting with each other, and beast mode has to be very careful not to hit the back of Charles. And he gets a better acceleration, he closes down. If Charles is not going to take things online, that maneuver will be stick. And I don't understand, nobody's defending. Oh, no. Base mode is not... Okay, one is not defending very hard, one is not attacking very hard, so... It's a very interesting situation, and...
Every time when you defend or attack it too hard, you lose time.
Yeah, but you're racing for podium, and you're fighting for positions, and he had a good chance to make a dive bomb when Charles wasn't even defending. He would have let him go. There would be no.
Ricky Rocket move.
Well, not Ricky Rocket move. Decent dive bomb because he was only 2 times behind. That's that was his chance, but now he has to wait for another lap. There's no place to overtake here, maybe, and we have 13 viewers at the moment. Hello to all the viewers around the world again. If you missed the race, we have after pit stops. Topa is going to lead, Matt is going to be P2, and Charles is going to be P3. We'll see that. as Brandon and Charles are fighting, and Beastwood having better speed, but it's not going to be enough. He has to wait until DRS again. And Beastwood seems like a very mature driver, which what I've been seeing, what he's been driving, very mature driver. If he would be a little bit aggressive, he would be a perfect driver. That's the advice Valtteri Bottas got from Toto Wolff, and now Beastwood has to do the same. He's now only 2 tenths behind. In this situation, you could perfectly do the dive bomb. You don't have to make the DRS overtake. And he's still backing out, maybe waiting for the next corner.
Biscuit touch Scuba.
Yeah, they touch.
Coming to inside. They are side by side.
Brandon and Charles defends the inside line. Is Beastwood gonna try to overtake on the outside? He's maybe listening to the stream. He's listening to me. He's gonna go outside, but there's not enough. And Biscuit.
Topo make a mistake.
Topo makes a mistake. He went wide to the grass. I saw the dust coming to the air. And now Biscuit Scuba still fighting. It lets these two go. 3 heroes, 4 horsemen catch to them, as Alexi, the Italian one, does a fastest lap of 1:25.1. Now Matt, he has 2.4 second lead to Topa, so Matt has overtaken Topa, as Topa made a mistake. And we still have,
now Biscuit is very close to Scuba.
Now Bautista has joined the barbecue party between Charles, Beastwood, and now Brandon has the inside line. Is he gonna overtake? They go side by side, and yes, he will. That's gonna let Bautista to overtake Charles, as Charles lost 2 positions in that corner, and now Bautista joined the barbecue party. He wants to take immediately War. Well, not medium, but in War, because he's a racing driver. They call me.
Medium minus.
No, War. It has to be War. And we have the yellow sector 1, that maybe because Google Butters retired from the session or made a mistake, like you said. And Bautista is gonna try to maneuver. Yes, he is. That's the aggressiveness I was talking about. That's how you need to do. You have to be very aggressive, and he fails, but he has to try. That was a brilliant try from Bautista. He is in super soft. Brandon is in soft, so he has to make the overtaking maneuver quickly. And there's yellows in sector 2. Who's retired, who spun? Is it Sturbuska? And as we know, Charlie Whiting has banned the safety cars from this season. They will be back in next season, maybe. They're still discussing about it, but no safety cars this season. Charlie thinks this Formula 1 is so safe that we don't even need safety cars anymore. That nobody's gonna die anymore to the track, only mentally. Bautista is wide behind. He can follow Brandon in third gear, and it's gonna be easy maneuver now. He has the inside line. No chance for Brandon to defend. He pushes him a little bit wide, and he and Charles crashed. I would say that was a little bit Brandon's fault for trying still to keep his position on the outside, and that costed Charles.
To me, it looked like a Ferrari push a little bit wide.
Yeah, but he had the inside line. He had the superior line. He was a little bit ahead. And Brandon had the outside line. He still tried to keep up in the outside. I think that was a little bit silly mistake from Brandon, but we'll see what the stewards are going to discuss. And,
just that second one.
Yeah, and are these guys going to pitch? So now we have second and third place out. So it's going to let somebody else to take the second and third position. Please write to the comments. What was your... what do you think? Was it Brandon's or Bautista's fault, or was it racing incident? You can choose A, B and C. So... A, Bautista, B, Brandon, C, racing incident. Now
we can make a beautiful overtake.
Yeah, just completely
going
missed that,
outside.
Very nice, and these guys still have to do a little bit laps. Maybe Scuba can beat now, but he will have 1 tires in the end. And as Matt just follows them, he just has his binoculars and he's just watching the gap between Biscuit and Scuba. And Tuka takes another penalty. It's not been the best weekend for him. He's a new driver. He still needs to learn to drive more calmly in the corners, and it just looks like that. And Matt overtook Scuba. Scuba starts are done, and is Scuba gonna pit? No, he's not. And Matt gets the DRS. So what do we? What about Harmless?
Left the session and the car is so far away on the gravel.
Yeah, I think it's good. And Biscuit is spinning. He's spinning for super softs. He started with softs to super softs. And I think
but why the super?
I don't know. Maybe he feels like the tires are gonna die in the end, but I would still go for super ultra softs because those tires which were done with Bautista, he did 12 laps with the tires which have been done qualification on. So.
But if weather is a little bit cooler, so super soft is better than ultra soft.
And we have to remember he doesn't have to save his tires with ultra softs. He can push maximum with the super soft tire, and he doesn't have fuel, but he can still push. He can use the curbs. He can brake very late to the corners. He doesn't have to brake early and lift off. He can just drive to the end like a madman. It's gonna be. I think the favorite to win this race is Bautista because he has the superior tire. What do you think? Say your now who has the best chance for the win, for the Grand Prix victory?
Of course, Matt.
Not Bautista, who has the.
No, I don't think tire takes so long.
Well, we have to see, and Scuba is losing so much time. He needs to pit now. I think does he have puncture? He's just going very slowly. I think his tires were done. Looking at his back tires, it looks like they're done. And we have to see what tires is going to go on. He's taking ultra softs, of course, but his Whisket going to jump him. Whisket now is in the final corner, and Topa takes 3-second time penalty. I will soon check the penalties between all of these top 3 drivers. And where Scuba, yeah, Whisket is going to jump Scuba easily, but how it's going to turn out, because other one has ultras, other one has super softs, and now I'll check the penalties. And Matt has 3 seconds. Topa has 3 seconds. Bautista. Oh yeah, but he has the stop and go, which he hasn't served. I completely forgot about that. And now we have the 2 lovebirds, Topa and Bautista fighting with each other. Bautista already catching Topa. And it looks like will he try to maneuver here in this corner? I would have loved to see that. Yeah, but maybe it would have been too risky to try it in the sector 2 left-right combination. Topa is struggling a bit. He's losing his car. Tank slappers kicking in. He's feeling the pressure from Bautista. I think better acceleration from the last corner. Bautista will have him. He opens his DRS. Will follow Bautista. He opens which mix. And it looks like Bautista will try to maneuver here. Yes, he will. I will go TV pod with him, and he overtakes beautifully. That's some overtaking advice to Brandon, how to do the overtake quickly. And as Topa tries to come back on the outside line, but Bautista has the superior line and he crosses ahead. Brilliant defending from Bautista, and as he takes P2 at the moment. Now his next target will be Matt. And Topa one's a little bit wide. Taken brilliantly P4. He's been a little bit, well, like a shadow in this race. But
a bit shadow.
Yeah, shadow a little bit, and but he's still done brilliantly. Whisket catching him, so I think he'll be P6 maybe in the end of the race. Or maybe he's
Charged is without the front wing again.
No, so his race went from bad to worse. He will be not getting any points, even if there's not any critical retirements in the end. And we have Björn, even though he's had a lot of trouble, he's in P10. So we have one Dutch car representing their country, getting the last point. And Tuga, P8. Well, I will now actually... We have, like we've said before, we have to wait for the last laps.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I will open my YouTube. I will watch some comments now, if it's gonna be enough. Please say if my voice is echoing.
No, all good.
Oh, very good. Where's TUF TV? Now I'm gonna open that. There's Whisket is catching all the time. I'm gonna follow Whisket and Tekken. They're gonna be very close to each other. As we know, Tekken is sometimes a smart driver, and I think he now realizes the tire advantage. And if he wants to try to defend from Scuba, he needs maybe let's go Whisket or then just fight. As we know that overtaking is difficult here. And Kevin said, Kadimir said he's coming in 2020, so to TUF. So okay, good luck. 2020 it's gonna be 2 years, so 360, 365. You're good at maths. 365 plus 365. 360, 60. I will say 730 days. I'm very bad at maths. I need a calculator always. And Whisket over
yeah.
and Whisket.
Yeah, Fisket.
Yeah, Whisket. He's wide behind of Tekken. It looks like Tekken is defending, and Kevin writes that he likes red tires. Well, they look beautiful. They're like colored blue. It's a color of the ocean. It's lovely to see always. Red and blue. That combination. It might be some kind of combination. And Whisket wide behind Tekken, as we said before. Is Tekken gonna defend the inside line or is not? But Whisket is not gonna try any funny moves against Tekken, or as he's known by some people, Tech. I like that name more. And Whisket is still staying behind. He's not trying any silly maneuvers. Tekken is 10 seconds behind Topa, so I think the podium chances for Whisket is out of the reach. Only if Protista will get that 10 seconds for not serving. That's the only thing. Oh, Say says he has a joke. Okay, here we go. What did the joke say? I will read it afterwards when you want it. I always like a good joke. It always brings by a mood. Yesterday I wrote some jokes to Spoogo. He didn't quite like them. But because I was the only one who wrote jokes, I won the competition. So I'm a bit proud of that. It's like my big accomplishment for me. So Whisker still follows Tekken. And say what did one snowman say to the other snowman? I don't know what. What did he say to other snowman? And Tekken goes a little bit wide. I'm still waiting for the joke, but I have to comment it at the same time today, so I'm so curious about the joke. And then Whisker, he's gonna open his DOS. He's gonna get a better acceleration. He's gonna try to make the maneuver. Tekken goes to the middle, tries to block Whisker, and they're gonna go side by side. And yeah, Whisker made a maneuver. And what did one snowman say to the other snowman? Can you smell carrots? Yeah, because get it because they have carrot noses. That's I would say that's 8 out of 10 joke. Very good joke. I like that. Now placing Bowser.
7 out of 10.
I would say 8 out of 10. You just get it because they have carrot noses. Those cute little carrot noses. So I like that joke. It was a pretty good one.
But yeah, thanks to Whisker to overtake Tekken, our final battle is gone at the moment.
Well, yeah, but now Protista is catching all the time to Matt, and if Protista and Matt gonna crash, we might have Topa who's gonna win the race. You'll never know what's gonna happen. We might have technical difficulties, mechanical retirements, aka internet losses. There was one legendary internet connection loss from Finnish Championship, as one driver's dog ate his cable and he couldn't race. That was the best retirement ever. The dog ate his cable, he couldn't race. And that was so hilarious. That's why I didn't have a dog.
Knock, knock. Who is there?
Yeah, you read the jokes. Say he's
Yep.
in a joke mood. I will comment something. Well, and then there was the second one. Charles retired, and well, he was out of the points anyways. But he hits the ball. He rage quits. Corey writes, I really don't stand it when homeless guys shake their cups of money at me. Do they really have to rub it in that they've got more cash than I do? Oh, that was a decent one. I would say I'm gonna rate every joke. I would say that's 8.5 out of 10 because there was a funny ending. Because homeless people, they don't have any money. They're the worst lives that you can have. But maybe if you live in North Korea, you would choose to be a homeless guy in the United States. And Spoogo has left the session. And now, the race, it looks like it has decently doubt. I don't think that's even a word, but they're already spread from each other, and the sport racing at gaps. So without any big ills, not insults, but big happenings, like if there's not gonna happen anything, this is gonna be the top 10 maybe. Two guys catching Alexi, it's 1.9 seconds. And Corey said he's very happy to get 8 out of 8.5 out of that. Yeah, I like good jokes, mate. It's a good thing. And what is your best memory from this track, Napla?
Best memory.
Yeah, like you can choose overtake. What is your best result? What do you like the best? What was the best race for you? Just name best race and best position in this track, and best fight in this track.
The best memory what I have is from Kimi Räikkönen. He's sleeping 2 hours behind.
No. From you from F1 2016, F1 2017, league racing. What is your best memory from here?
Actually, I'm so bad in this track. I don't have any.
Okay, I will give memory. My best memory for me this track, my first pole position in TUF, and best memory podium, first podium in Division 1, and then that's my best memory. And then what was best fight? I would say against Fozza for 21 laps. That was the best memory, and we have
Best
very good
one
results. And we have people riding, Sao Paulo riding. To be fair, I felt a bit of breeze in the car and it put me slightly off. Smallest things in F1, hey. And say what, I walked into a shop and asked for helicopter crisps. Shopkeeper replied saying, sorry, we only sell plain ones. Hey, Napoli, you don't have a humor. You're like a German guy. Come on, you need to laugh. It's not so difficult to laugh. I would give that joke 8.2 out of 10. And says what is he writing? I can't see anything. Holmes literally fishing so he could tell us all his story. Well, no. Eric, do not read out Say's jokes, please. Yeah, but if they get 8 out of 10, I have to read them. Apologies for that. And yeah, there's actually, as I've been talking, Scuba is caught up to Tekken, as I like to call him, the nightmare from Renault, as aka Tech. He's doing brilliantly again. What is with Tekken and his strategies? He always qualifies bad, but then he finishes very high in the race. It's he's pretty good driver. Like, he's always like a shadow, but then he's like up P4, P5, and now Scuba overtakes him, and that now there's Scuba tries to catch the whisker, but I think it's too late, 2 laps to go, and we can go to a leader. Let's give Matt some TV time. Matt, you're in the TV. I'm gonna do next time a live race interview with you, just like they do in real life. And
I have no clue what did you say. I listened to the stream because I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear anything?
In the group.
What? Ex-follow mitä?
Yeah, I listened to the stream. What did you say? But in a group, I didn't hear you.
Ah, okay. It's
So all good. Let's
say
go.
writing, what's black and screams. Well, what? Stevie Wonder answering an island. Because he's blind. Get it? Because Stevie Wonder is blind, and that's I would. It's 7.8, but because I want to say to write another joke, I will give it this time 8 out of 10, so he can write one more joke. And his big brother, or his brother, I don't know who is the big and who is the small brother, writing for FFS, so I guess it means for Frickle's sake. So Frickles, they're very good. And Say said I had 2. Corey said 2 closing in. Get on board, please. Alright. 1.1 seconds.
1.2, 1.1.
Thank you. We have a viewers telling us how to do our jobs. So it's very good that they know this.
Too far away.
1.1. It's gonna go to last laps. We'll see what's gonna happen. And tomorrow we will have Japan Grand Prix. Are you waiting for it? The
No.
famous Suzuka, left, right, never forget.
I like the track, but I'm not waiting to race. Like
And Tuga receives 3-second time penalty. I will check the penalties now between Tuga and Alexi. Tuga has oppa mamma mia, это тоже не так. He has 15 seconds worth of penalties, and Alexi only has 1 warning. Mamma mia, he's not gonna get his position, and he gets another penalty. And say what do you call a Chinese pedophile? Well, what? Fuck, I'm young. Fuck him young. Fuck him young, yeah, fuck him young. 6.5 out of 10 say, I'm sorry. I have my limits as well. That was 6.5. But he had 3 good talks, so we can give you applause for it. Good job. Good job. You can always try. Now, still, even though Tuga overtakes, you still need to get 15 seconds in 2 laps. Well, never say never. And yeah, it's been how would you rate this race at the moment? I would say this it was looking at the start. First, there is another penalty. Looking at the start, pit stops fighting. I would say this was pretty 7 out of 10 race.
I have to say 6
6 out of 10. Okay, yeah, well, 7 and 6, they're like mediocre school grades. What your parents are gonna spank you if you get them, because you're not gonna get any good job, so it's pretty decent. 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10 races. And,
yeah, we have a couple of nice overtakes, but still we have... The race was like a big pendolino.
Yeah, and Matt starting his last lap. At the moment, I know Alexi goes wide, he almost bend it to the wall. Almost bend it. Yeah. Can you bend it like Beckham? Can you bend it like Alexi? And Stuga goes wide. A little bit, and yeah, I think without any crashes.
Last lap or nothing.
Yeah, all or nothing. You need to win 15 seconds in this lap, so maybe do the Ayrton maneuver to him. And
18, 18 seconds.
18, okay. It's not enough. It's not enough. But we can follow it. I actually want to see the race leader, because let's go to the race leader. He's done brilliant job the whole race. He's led almost from lap 1 to lap 29. When the top crashed out a little bit, or was it top? I don't remember. Was it Charles or was somebody?
Top goes wide.
Top, and he comes to the last corner. Swisket receives a 3-second time penalty. It doesn't matter, because here comes a race winner from Renault, from Division 2. Matt takes the race victory in Melbourne. Brilliant job, mate. Brilliant job. You are a race winner. Brilliant job. And Ferratista follows him to P2. Brilliant job from Italian. But remember, he maybe has that 10-second type worth of penalties. And Topo finishes in P3. Wisket P4. Eddie Irvine. Scuba finishes P5. Tekken.
Tuga tries, but still 2-5.
Oh, and now Tuga is gonna try to overtake. No, and it looks like that he beat him on track as well. And as Alexi finishes P7, and Tuga finishes in P8. That's this was a congratulations to the top 3. We didn't have any championship contenders finishing in the podium, so it was at least in some words different ways. Would you say? At least something that championship leaders did not finish in top 3. That's something. It's something.
Yeah, maybe.
It's really, it is something.
But PS moved lost to Tuga. Look the time.
Yeah. Oh my god, 25,000. Exactly same gap which was in Division 1 Silverstone between me and Miracles. That was exactly the same gap. And as we have Matt from England winning the race, that was a brilliant race win from him. and we'll see the podium soon. And as we rise and hear the British national anthem. And congratulations to the winner country and the Renault team for winning, and the whole grid race result is Matt P1, Protista P2, Torpa P3, Whisket P4, Scuba P5, Tekken P6, Alexi P7, Tuga P8, Brandon P9, Stina Winner P10, and then we have the AI cars which has left, and Sao Paulo DNF. We have over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 retirements in the race, and it was a very decent race. And who is your driver of the day?
My driver of the day is Whisket.
Whisket.
Starting from P14 and
yeah,
coming to fourth place.
I have to agree on that. Whisket is my driver of the day also. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching us, viewers around the world. Tomorrow we'll be joined back in Division 1, Japan Grand Prix. There is going to be me, Napula and Oxox trying to bring the Finnish honor to the Finnish people again. And thank you for joining me, Napula. It was a pleasure to do with you again. Thank you very much.
No problem.
And to all lovely viewers, we'll see you later. Good night, take care of yourself, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye.